to monetize your content and essentially rise to the top without really doing any super hard work. Now, I don't know if that was at place per se in the Chappelle incident, but I can guarantee you it's definitely a factor. It's definitely a factor. I don't know what was going through that brother's mind while he got up on the stage, but the bigger question is why did they stop him before he even got on the stage? Like, how did he even get 1 foot up on the stage? Because if you ever been to like a concert or something, when you see somebody trying to rush the stage, they don't even get on the stage. Like if they see somebody motioning, like the artist has to like let them up on the stage. They got to be like, oh go on, let them up, or her up, or whoever's trying to get up on the stage. The artist has to sign off on that. So how did you just let this one lone person, that's the burning question, up on that stage? So that's crazy. So that's where I'm going with that. Is just sensationalism. It's really dangerous. Again, this social media has been weaponized against us, and this is like it's a double-edged sword because some people see that clout chasing as a way out. Because I want to get up out of my life of mediocrity. I want to get up out the hood. I'm going to go clout chase. I'm a photobomb a celebrity. I'm a invade their personal space. I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get me some hits, some views, so I can get me a little chunk of change and ride this little clout to the next thing. So yeah. So even though we got done dirty, here's what's fitting to play out. I'm gonna let Dave Chappelle tell you, what's about to happen. Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. I've already talked to my lawyers. My lawyers told me that there's nothing they can really do to stop this guy from suing me. Even though I didn't do anything, he gets to sue me. Don't you just love this country? I'm going to get the privilege of paying for his personal pain and suffering that he inflicted upon himself for coming up on the stage. So now I get to pay for his psychological problems. Isn't that fantastic? But what about my psychological problems? Where's my money that I got to get paid because everybody wants to know what happened? And I don't even know what happened. I was just on the fucking stage telling jokes, trying to give the people a good show. And then some random guy out of nowhere comes up on the stage and he got his ass whipped like he's supposed to. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Chappelle. Well, it's something like that. I'm still working on it. But yeah, essentially, like that's basically how that's going to play out. He's going to get with a scumbag lawyer. They're gonna flip it to make him look like the victim. They're gonna be like, oh, he got, mental health issues, and he was offended by some of the material, and he was spazzing out, and he's probably gonna have to come up off a little bag just to make homie go away. Just here, get out of my face money. Dave definitely got some here, get out of my face money. So that's probably, what's fitting to happen. But again, sensationalism. We sit up here on these social media platforms and we sensationalize negativity. We share it. We create these memes. We sit up there and have like whole YouTube panel discussions about, negativity, something negative happening in the black community. And it'll be like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, instead of just addressing it once and once only. And just, what do you feel? What do you feel? What do you feel? Well, I like, this goes on for like 2 to 3 to 6 weeks. And all the time they're doing this, we're missing out on something that we should be focused on happening in the community. We're missing out on focusing on some type of legislation bill that's been screw us over big time. We're missing out on a headline about, a black person being accosted by the police or brutalized or something like that we need to be focused on, because we talking about, just messiness that don't got nothing to do with nothing, but, for some odd reason we find that hilarious, and we sharing it. Like, if you're not a homeowner, that should be like, the last thing you should be worried about is who's sleeping with somebody. Who a famous person is sleeping with. That should be the last of your concerns. If you're not a homeowner, if you don't own your own business, if you don't have any lucrative assets, that should be the last thing on your mind, where it is about who a famous person sleeping with. That should be the last thing on your mind, who a famous person, a millionaire, got to pay. Well, this millionaire got hit with somebody that got the money to pay it. They straight. They got whatever they got to pay. They got the bread to pay it. But you don't have that luxury to be worried about what they got to do. If you're not already a business owner or entrepreneur, if you're not trying to run your race. I mean, yeah, it's entertainment industry and it is for entertainment purposes, but like, to be sitting up here talking about it for like 3 and 6 months when it was a one-time thing, and they just drag it out for like 3 months and sometimes a year, depending on who the celebrity was. And it's crazy. It's just absolutely ridiculous at times. Well, so I just want to tap in with you guys to share those articles, and also to, let you know, check me out this weekend for a full episode of the Narrative Podcast. Also, support my poetry blog, www.mrhalseyblog.com. It's called Halsey's Poetry Corner. I write poems pretty much every day on it. You can support it just by simply following it. Hawes's Poetry Corner on Blogger. The address is www.mrhawesblogs.com. I prefer like you follow that link and leave me a comment on one of the pieces, but you can just follow the blog or share it. Yeah, that's even most effective is just sharing my poems from that blog on your platforms. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Like I said, a full show coming this weekend. So get ready for that. That was really all the content I had for today. So this was just a little super duper light bite, a random live. You definitely want to always, check my podcast out on a regular basis so you don't miss my live feeds when I go live. So wherever you get your podcast from, set your alerts because you don't ever want to miss me when I'm live. So definitely download this episode of the Narrative Podcast and all my previously episodes of the Narrative Podcast. I believe this would make episode, 85. Let me check right quick. I'm checking. Checking what episode I'm on. Yeah, this would be episode 84. So like I said, I only been doing this since this summer, so I'm nearly 100 episodes in. So like I'm doing like pretty much 2 a week, one random live during the weekday, and then one full episode on the weekends. So the goal is to transition from the audio to the visual space. To do that, I'm gonna need, a bigger audience. So, if you're listening right now, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend to listen to the Narrative Podcast hosted by Halsey Allen. Download this episode of the Narrative Podcast and all previous episodes of the Narrative Podcast. Download them, share them, like them, follow the podcast, all that good stuff to, boost the algorithm and all that. So, till next time, this is Halsey Allen and the Narrative Podcast signing off. Y'all have a very good day. Check me out this weekend.
Set your place on fire. Put a little bit of shit, put a little bit of shit, put a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of shit, put a